Recovers, where I do everything I have to recover the person who I was always meant to be. Today is Thursday, February 8th. 3 months ago, I began my reboot, my restart with Weight Watchers, and on November 7th, I started back up after taking probably 5 months off because life got in the way. And when I started up on election day, of all things, I said, that's it. I'm going to put myself back in priority. So today I went to weigh in, and I had that morning meeting, that breakfast meeting ahead of time that I last month ended up drinking 2 bottles of water at. But this month I was smart. I waited to have my water until after my weigh-in. So I went to my weigh-in and I got on the scale. Let me tell you what it was. I was expecting to stay the same or maybe even gain because it's kind of hormone time right now and I'm retaining a little bit of water, and you can kind of tell my face is puffy and breaking out and all those kind of awesome side effects of that. So, I went to get on the scale and I was down 2.2. I feel like Chuck Willery. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Like, did any of you guys ever watch The Dating Game when you were kids? It was on like super late at night, and you know, back when we were kids, there was just like TV, you know? So like there wasn't like Netflix and all of those other things. So I remember him saying, we'll be back in just 2 and 2. Anyway, so I lost 2.2 pounds. Squirrel. I totally went up on a weird tangent. I lost 2.2 pounds, you guys. 2.2. So let me tell you how this breaks down. I've lost for the last 4 weeks, I lost 1.4, 2.2, 2.4, 2.2 for a total of 8.2 for the month of January challenge that our site does. Remember, for those of you who didn't see last week, I told you that our site does this cool challenge where you pay $5 in. Everybody who puts money in then gets a chance to win the pot. So in this pot, to win it, you have 4 weeks to lose 6 pounds. So everybody who hits that 4 weeks, 6 pounds gets some money back. So, and in theory, you should, everybody pitches in, but it's on the honor system. So there were a few people that didn't pay into it this time that signed up to, but I ended up getting $13 back. So you guys, that's awesome. Like $13, I put in 5, I made 8. So good job, Melissa. It bought lunch for me and my daughter. So, that's that. And this week's meeting was all about eating out. So what do you guys do for your eating out challenges? I wanted to talk a little bit about what I do. So first of all, I plan ahead. I try to make sure that I look at what's on their menu. So if it's like a local Mexican restaurant, I will kind of pick what I like off of the thing. And if I'm going to splurge and get something fancy like a cheese enchilada, I look up in the tracker what it's going to be and I just leave it. I have been known to bring my own fat-free sour cream because it's less points. But now on FREESTYLE, I may just bring a little container of fat-free Greek yogurt to be my sour cream at a Mexican restaurant. So I'm not above bringing my own salad dressing. I'm not above bringing some extra condiments because some of that stuff adds up fast. And what I really like are like the yummy flavors. I could care less about the sour cream piece, but I like having it there. So bringing my own really does kind of improve my chances of sticking to a good points level. The other thing that I do is I figure out what I like at certain restaurants. Like I know exactly what I want to get at Cafe Rio. And I have them put the tortilla on the side because I don't really care about the tortilla. I like the chicken and the beans and the rice and the salsa stuff. And so that's what one of my big thing is. The other thing that I do is I know a low point treat and a high point treat. And you know how in your phone or your whatever device you use, you can go to the Weight Watchers app and you can enter things in, right? You can browse and you can kind of like cruise through the restaurants. If you go down to, it's the bottom of My Day, and it's a little bit different for Apple users, but at the bottom there's a browse restaurants. Let me see if I can turn this. There we go. Browse restaurants. I know it's backwards, but you guys can see where I'm pointing, right? So it's browse restaurants. So you can go in and say, I want to find a good meal at Wendy's. We're going out to eat at Wendy's, or we're going to Texas Roadhouse or whatever. And there's a lot of restaurants in there. If they're not, you can go off of, most restaurants have nutritional information, most, like chains. But one of our favorite Mexican restaurants is Los Hermanos here in Utah, and they don't have that. But you can ask for, so for instance, when we go and I order fajitas, I order chicken fajitas, and instead of having them fry them in oil, I ask them to saute them in lemon juice or lime juice. So then that's 0 points, and then you start tallying up what the tortillas and stuff are going to be. So that's another option. Then the other thing that I like to do is if you hit your plus sign, on Android users it's here, on whatchamacallit, Apple users it's down in the center. But if you hit your plus sign, it brings up those little things. Sorry, the white balance is horrible. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it. So there's quick add, weight, activities, my food, favorites. So under my food, it's got food, recipes, and meals up at the top. White balance, see that? So I can save a meal. So I enter everything in, and then there's always that little thing off to the side where you can say save meal. So if you know that you like something at Zupa's or Pandera or, just like any of those things, like right here, here's a Cafe Rio sweet pork salad, and this is 33 points, so this is like a splurge. But I have the lettuce, the tortilla strips, the black beans, the Mexican rice, the cheese, the dressing, the tortilla, and the pork barbacoa. I can't say it. Barbacoa. There we go. And then I just have it. So I don't have to panic. So set yourself up for success is what I'm trying to say. Try to plan ahead. Try to look things up. Try to set some things in there. It's kind of, my meals that I save in my phone are a lot like, you'll see Kelly at If You Had an Egg, and the twins over at The Skinny and Weight Loss do recipe cards where they just write down meals. And it's a great strategy, especially for people who are tactile and visual. But I don't always have those recipe card type things with me. So what I like to do is I like to keep it in my phone. So I go ahead and I create a meal, save it. And I'll even write Cafe Rio or Wendy's or whatever. So all I have to do is type in Wendy's and it'll bring up my list. So that's my strategy. And the other thing that I do is I allow myself to have treats once in a while. And I hate calling it a cheat day, because a cheat means that you're not doing the plan, or that you are lying. Because the word cheat to me just signifies lying. So I don't call it a cheat day. I call it a planned splurge. I call it a treat. All of those things that, like or treat yourself. For all of you Park and Rec fans, treat yourself. Those are some of the things that I try to do, because I'm trying to get rid of that mentality that I'm doing something bad to my body. It's okay to indulge. It's okay to splurge on points and money and like all of those things, but you need to do it within reason. You can't go get your nails done every day, and you can't eat out every day either. So that's just my perspective. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week. Let me know how you're doing, and just give me an update. I'll talk to you later. Bye.